last 2 years or so, I've made many trips to the cinema, mainly for either kind of big Hollywood blockbusters or comic book movies, which can fit into the same realm. However, twice in the last 2 years, or in the previous 2 years, I've also made two trips to the cinema with a family member with movies that may have flown under my radar, but I'm actually glad I saw. Both were kind of sci-fi movies, and if I hadn't been, if I hadn't gone with them, thinking, yeah, it's a trip to the cinema, why not? Then I wouldn't have seen them, and I would have missed out on something very special. The two movies were The Martian and Arrival. Both of these were movies that I wouldn't necessarily have seen otherwise, but kind of going with a family member and actually seeing these, I was glad I saw them. They were really good movies. And another one has just happened. The Martian was back in 2015, 2016 was Arrival. This year, the movie that I didn't expect to see, but I ended up liking, was Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. I mean, I'd heard about this one. I mean, this one I apparently heard hadn't done so well in the American market, mainly because, from what I gather, people weren't really familiar with its source material, which was based on a French comic book. But I didn't know, I hadn't read the comic, and I went in there and I actually enjoyed it. I mean, it might be like Kingsman, where I enjoy the movie and subsequently I go and look up the comic book. It might turn out that's just what happens. Anyway, in terms of the movie, you've got the Amazing Spider-Man 2 actor Dane DeHaan and Suicide Squad actress Cara Delevingne as two members of kind of like a space military, and they have to kind of deal their way through both kind of alien attack and a political minefield, as it were, in order to try and find out what lies at the centre of Alpha, like the city and the society of 1,000 planets. I mean, I feel this kind of picked off from a lot of kind of good or kind of big sci-fi epics from the last couple of years, such as you got kind of the air or views of Star Wars, Star Trek, Guardians of the Galaxy, and even a little bit of Arrival in there. But they all meld kind of so well together, and I think the acting was okay, but I think it all melds so well together that you really feel like it's one big epic film. I mean, DeHaan and Delevingne aren't the only ones in there. They were among the four I noticed. The other one being Rihanna, who's come up as a character named Bubbles, who, I'll be honest, she could have so easily overtaken the film. I mean, she's kind of shown she's done kind of showgirl routine in front of DeHaan, and then she kind of joins this crew, and I feel that if they had kept her for very much longer, she might have overtaken the film. But they use her, I think, just about the right amount. I mean, she does her big scene in front of Delevingne, no, not Delevingne, in front of DeHaan, then helps him rescue Delevingne, and then subsequently she dies. Not spoiler alert, she dies about a scene later, but I think she was in the movie just the right amount. And the other kind of minor role that I kind of overheard and thought, yeah, that's him, was John Goodman, who plays kind of like a trader in the virtual world. Which, yeah, I thought it was fun. I mean, the movie... Let me put it this way. You might think it's a movie that... I haven't read the source material, I don't know very much about it. I can probably skip this one. I urge you, give it a try, you might just be surprised. I mean, over the last kind of year or so, I've ended up collecting a lot of comic books. Most of them, yeah, from DC or Marvel, but I bought Kingsman. I've recently got my hands on Serenity, and I'll probably be out looking for Valerian and Laureline in the comic books at some point. So, yeah, I saw the movie, I liked it. I urge you to give it a try. I mean, you might just be surprised. Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. So that's it. I think it's good, and I'm going to be looking it up. Or looking at the comic book anyway. See it if you get the chance.